Let's be honest. There's a silent killer of productivity in the world of QA, and it's messy, unreadable test results. We're about to cover one of the most high-impact skills you can build, turning those raw, confusing logs into clean, actionable reports that actually help get bugs fixed, fast. So I gotta ask, are your test reports completely invisible? I mean, you spend all this time writing amazing automation, you hit run, and then poof, the results just vanish into some gigantic log file that nobody, not even you, actually wants to dig through. If you're nodding your head right now, you're in the right place. You know what? This right here is the whole game. On the left, you've got the old way, raw logs. It's confusing, it gets ignored, and it's a massive waste of everyone's time. But on the right, that's the smart way. Clear, actionable, visual reports. This is the difference between giving a developer a problem versus giving them a solution. That's the leap we're about to make. Okay, to really make this concept stick, I want you to think about it with an analogy. Imagine you're not just running tests, you're operating a high-tech GPS for hunting down bugs.
First off, your automated tests? Think of them like a giant fleet of delivery trucks. Each one has a very specific mission, to go out and validate one tiny piece of your application.
So, in this world, what's a regular old log file? Well, it's just a list of addresses. That's it. It tells you where the trucks went, but it gives you zero context. Did a truck get a flat tire? Was there a huge traffic jam? Did the package get delivered to the wrong house? You have no idea. It's just a data dump.
Now, contrast that with a good visual report. This isn't some boring list. No, this is a live GPS map of your entire fleet in real time. It's like you're sitting in a command center, seeing everything as it happens. And here is where the magic happens. This map instantly flags every single problem. It shows you the traffic jams, that's your API latency, right? And it highlights every failed delivery, which are your bugs. And it doesn't just say failed, it tells you why. You go from guessing to knowing in literally a split second. All right, so that's the what. It's cool, it's a GPS for bugs. But let's talk about the most important part, the why. Why should you, as a busy engineer, really care about doing this?
Well, it all comes down to your impact, and it hits three key areas. First, swift bug resolution. Developers can fix issues in minutes, not days, because your report gives them everything on a silver platter. Second, real-time insights. You can spot a flaky test that's about to cause chaos before it messes up your whole pipeline. And third, stakeholder clarity. You can walk into any meeting and show, with data, exactly how healthy the latest build is.
And let's be real for a second. Getting this right just makes your life so much easier. When you can nail down a bug in 5 minutes instead of 5 hours, yeah, your future self is definitely going to thank you. And trust me on this one, your project manager will too.
Okay, enough with the theory, let's get our hands dirty. How do you actually make all this magic happen? Here's the blueprint.
So here's the game plan, high level. First, you pick a tool and integrate it. But here's the key. You got to make sure you're capturing all the rich details, steps, screenshots, API calls, everything. Then you automate the report generation right inside your CI/CD pipeline. Finally, you publish it and, this is the pro move, you integrate it with your bug tracker like Jira to totally close the loop.
All right, here we go. Insider tip number 1, especially for my Maven folks. The secret sauce is this little Allure Maven plugin in your pom.xml. It's a tiny bit of code, but what it does is massive. It basically tells Maven, hey, while you're running these tests, I need you to be a data collector. Grab everything.
So what is this plugin really doing under the hood? Just think of it like a super smart listener that's paying attention during your test run. It's not magic, it's just systematically grabbing every test step, every API response, every single error, and then neatly packaging all of that info so Allure can turn it into something beautiful.
And boom, this is the payoff. That one little configuration turns that absolute mess of a log file into this, a rich, interactive dashboard. You've got trends, you've got summaries, you can drill down into anything. This is how you stop drowning in data and start making smart decisions with it.
Not on the Maven train? Hey, no problem at all. For all you Postman fans out there, here's your insider tip. When you run your collections with Newman from the command line, you just add this little reporter flag, -r, and tell it you want an HTML output. In one single command, you run your tests and get a beautiful shareable report. It's that easy.
But here's where it becomes a real game changer. Plugging this into your CI/CD pipeline. After a job runs in, say, GitHub Actions, that HTML file just shows up as a downloadable artifact. That means the report is automatically there for the whole team with just one click. No more emailing logs around, no more confusing console outputs, just clarity.
Now, all of this is incredibly powerful, but I have seen so many engineers, even senior ones, fall into a few common traps. So let's quickly cover what to avoid so you don't make the same mistakes.
These are the big 3 rookie mistakes that can absolutely kill your credibility. First, not automating it. If generating the report is a manual step, people will forget, it'll get skipped, and it becomes useless. Second, not enough detail. If a developer opens your report and still has to ask you questions to reproduce the bug, you've failed. And third, vague metrics. A report filled with useless charts is just noise, not a signal. Okay, let's wrap this all up. How do you go from just doing this to becoming a true reporting expert? It really just comes down to adopting a certain mindset. This is what separates the top 1% of QA engineers from everyone else. They automate everything because they demand real-time feedback. They use visuals to tell a compelling story, not just dump data. They provide every last detail needed for a one-and-done bug fix, and they integrate it all directly into the team's workflow.
So remember, this isn't just about making pretty charts. It's about building a communication engine that drives quality forward and makes your entire team faster. Master this one skill, and I promise you, you'll be ahead of 80% of the QA engineers out there. You're not just testing anymore, you're leading.